Let's zoom in on cam 1.
Oh, this is why Harry's look at Harry's.
Yeah, you see, we got.
This is why you
So
want to do this.
I read something interesting the other day. Speaking of nappies, which group of professionals has to wear nappies when they do what they're supposed to do?
Astronauts.
Nappy testers.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So in the first version of the astronaut suit that they had, they literally had a shit receptacle.
A funnel?
Yes. And they
Into
realized,
the butthole?
well, it just covered the bum.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was about as wide as like a wine bottle.
No. So it didn't go in the butt crack.
No, it's just on top of it.
Oh, no. So it's
No,
kind of like it
So it
leaves
was
a
clearly
trail.
made by a guy who never looked at the anatomy of
Anatomy.
the anatomy of a human body, i.e., never ate his wife's ass.
Oh.
So,
You can't even say he was a gay man.
There's more like there's
there's
more going wrong there, because it's just like the other thing is we gotta stop playing with the cameras.
You gotta stop playing with it.
All right, let's go. Wait, go for between.
Don't touch.
All right,
Sorry,
all right. You do it.
Go for nothing.
No, the thing. Wait, you've trapped my cable there. Let's do this in a
professional manner.
Exactly.
Because we fact checked everything on the podcast.
Yeah, no, but there's some engineering issues with that. It's just like there's assumptions have been made on the consistency of turd.
well,
Like-
you can make this assumption because you know what you feed them. This is also one of the few people
they-
in the world
hold-
where
They
you're
got
quite
blasted
aware.
into space and shook up. You cannot.
Hold up. I agree with you though. Like you'd expect a certain consistency with standard tube food.
Yeah,
Just tube poop.
you know how much fiber they get every day, right?
Yeah, but Harry, when last did you assume the consistency of your own shit?
I never.
Exactly. You can't. You
cannot predict. It's really.
It's not possible.
There is very few circumstances where I know it will not have a, how can I put this, sturdy consistency. Where it's more of a splatter attack than anything
the
You
else.
can predict. That's the one you can kind of predict.
I fully can predict that, and it mostly has to do with beer.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Although I have been surprised in the past, like times where I thought,
But here's the ingenious thinking of NASA, right?
Mm-mm.
So when they created that spacesuit, by the way is still in use. This is the spacesuit that they've created for the astronauts that went to the fucking moon.
It's an exoskeleton for a human body.
Well, it's not. It is. It's like 7 different layers of stuff, and one of those layers is nappy underwear.
For like sweat absorption.
Shit and piss as well.
Oh,
Now-
just in case it floats around.
It was really nicely written in that thing. It was like, usually before an EVA, that means when they leave the fucking space station, they go for a shit first.
There's a lineup of
course,
astronauts.
because if there is a chance, if I have to basically fly around the world and just tighten a nut, it's like the last thing I want to do is just back one out at the same time.
But you know what? This is you remember Star Trek? They had the teleporter. This is actually the first real use case. It's for teleporting shit out of your intestines.
Beam my shit up, Scotty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just beam it 200 meters outside the spacecraft. And it goes, ring, and this turd just appears flying in
That's
space.
genius. That's better than tube food. Here's a out of the toilet and then back into the toilet story.
Oh, here we go. Did you have a flashback?
I actually read an article about one of the first men in space.
Uh-huh.
Can't remember his name. Obviously, we don't fact check shit on the podcast.
Doesn't matter. Was he a Yank or a Russian?
Yank.
Was his arm strong?
Well done.
Oh, no. Yang. In space.
Yeah, anyway, he was one of the first astronauts to go into space, and what they were doing on that mission was testing sea urchin eggs. No, they were testing the effect of food, the tube food for
On the
astronauts.
astronaut.
But this guy smuggled a corned beef sandwich.
What a legend.
Yeah.
The 60s were so fucking insane. It's like...
Harry's got a...
corned beef in space. He's like,
He smuggled a corned beef sandwich. Harry, look at us. We got a YouTube camera thing going on now. Harry, he smuggled a corned beef sandwich into space, and the danger of corned beef is it's on bread, rye bread, which
the
just
danger of corned
breaks
beef
up.
is it's corned beef.
And the farting, the pooping
Fucking
situation,
dead.
which is back to the toilet. Anyway, the corned beef sandwich is a replica of it in some Kansas museum, I think.
That's
but
amazing.
that's I mean, you got to respect the level of that, because he's like, not only am I one of the first men in space,
I also don't listen to what the scientists tell me I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
I hate that fucking exercise.
but I'm also the first to eat corned beef in space. That's like what
What's a
I
corned
don't-
beef move?
Yeah, like once we all start going up
Beefy
in
move.
space, like there's going to be other firsts that can be done in space. What do you think is?
We
still-
all know sex has been done.
sex has been done. Yeah, they've
By who?
Do you reckon they
Armstrong and those guys.
imagine the amount of bum fucking in Tranquility set?
It's like,
Houston, we have a bum fuck.
Houston to Apollo, you are due to
like-
land now. Oh, we're just doing one more orbit, guys.
Yeah, that's what we call it now.
Rim orbit.
No, but there was once
The dark side of the moon.
but there was something
That's
about
very
it.
weird. tonight.
Meanwhile, the guy who's still in the fucking capsule that's surrounding the moon, he's just wanking furiously because he knows that the other two are just getting at it.
He's the only man on Earth who's actually seen the dark side of the moon. That's true. That's true.
But the thing about sex in space, they actually sent astronauts up in space with required to fuck. There were, I forget what this was. It was, I think, on the space station. They actually were doing research about sex in space.
For real?
Yeah,
So
because
there's an amateur porn tape of astronauts banging.
I don't think it's that amateur. It's made by NASA. I think they're pretty powerful.
Exactly.
They
It's,
Photoshop. They cut the feed when a UFO goes past.
Yeah, fair enough.
it's on some server in a NASA. No, but it was because they want to
I
know, can we reproduce in space?
Wasn't that the hot chick that they sent up with one of the space shuttles that exploded? The teacher. Do you remember? Sorry.
Ooh. This is the ultimate conspiracy. You ready? She fell pregnant on the first flight.
So they sent
And
her
it
up
was a
again.
lawsuit.
So this was kind of like
So they blew
it was
her
an
up.
enormous abortion.
White cab, close up.
It was an abortion on television.
And it wasn't legal in Texas at the time.
It's that mission control where they're yelling, abort, abort. Now it all makes sense now. Fucking hell. Oh, shit.
Okay, that was.
Ah man, who
Funniest
knew that a
moment.
little ice block can lead to an abortion?
So, let's get this episode started.
Wow. We're done for today.
Let's get
I think we're done for today.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I need to look at the camera to the XYZ Podcast. I'm here with my main man, Dean Ira,
Hey. It's a podcast format still.
and Christian Breaker.
Hi.
And we're on
Try to zoom in there.
we're on this video setup, and it's making us self-conscious.
It does. I look fat on that shit.
You're gorgeous. You
Oh,
are
thank you.
voted the most attractive XYZ member
That was so funny.
of today. Why is this always on?
I mean, we could have called this podcast Three Chunky Guys. Like there's some stuff happening here as well.
Why?
actually
What are you doing to yourself at the moment, Harry? Why are you getting fat?
Just not exercising. I'm just working and working and working. I haven't had time.
You said this before. What kind of exercise do you actually do when you exercise?
I run a little bit
What,
cardio.
for your life or?
Yeah, what I
From
do
a
is
gang of women.
no, you got to take your target. I mug an old lady and then outrun her. So some of these Swiss old ladies are pretty fit. So you still
The way
gotta,
that you look, you run from the sun more often.
Run from dignity.
Recently, yeah, no, it's just been actually the one thing is that if you're a workaholic, if you don't get enough sleep, that makes you fat too because your body doesn't have enough time to
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
to process. That's for real.
Also, mental illness and Parkinson's or no? What's the dementia? When you're
Dementia,
older,
yeah,
you're
dementia is a
sleeping
big one.
I worry about
little
this for
sleep.
you guys, especially.
You gotta balance your mental
Chakras.
disorders. If you're getting one that's putting on weight, add a bit of
Same thing.
bulimia. Just throw in a bit of bulimia to your mental
I
disorder.
was thinking about
Balance it
bulimia
out, it's
recently.
pretty-
I think I should go on
That's
that for a
terrible.
little bit. Just,
Guys,
I have really
no.
big teeth. I think I can do that.
We can hire an Asian mum to shame you, so that you don't want to, so that you go puke your
I'm
food
gonna have
every
to
day.
stop you guys here. Believe me, it's not funny.
No, it's definitely not funny.
But you could do with a little bit of it.
See?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
See? I reckon it would also work.
You could start a band called the Bohemian Bulimian
No,
or something.
No.
Did you,
this is
did you
too close
ever
to
go
home,
to
guys.
a
Trauma.
bar? Did you ever go to a bar that had a vomitorium?
A what? A
A
moratorium.
vomitorium.
No,
So
no.
a pisser, a shit stool, and the thing that you barf in.
It's actually called a boudoir, Christian. I think you've been using it wrong.
A what?
A bidet. I love how it jets water into my mouth as I vomit.
There's so much wrong with that whole conversation. Boudoir. Is that a boudoir?
No, a boudoir is basically the bedroom
Yeah,
situation.
it's a French bedroom.
What's it
I-
called?
what
bidet?
do
A
you- what-
bidet. A bidet is the thing
ass
used,
washing thing.
and it
Close
jets
up, Cam.
water. It could be interesting to vomit into a jet stream of water. That's
It just goes up your nose, I reckon.
one to try before you die, basically.
You throw up in a bidet.
Yeah.
I've used it
It's
correctly.
it's like in some cartoons, these two jets hitting each other, like a green and crystal clear water.
Ugh.
What?
Like, yeah, you got to blast it.
Do you usually barf green?
I don't know. No, actually, it's just a mix of blood and grey slime.
And spaceman tube.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I barf up a lot of water these days. And
Yeah.
Lysol.
So
That's an internal reference. Sorry.
we
It's the
had-
podcast audience.
we had a work in progress theme on time management.
This is such
Do we want to get into time management?
It's an iconic thing because we're wasting time right
Exactly.
now.
We are everyone's unfavorite waste of time that listens to this.
I would say some people's favorite.
Yeah. But do you think people multitask when they listen to us?
If you are multitasking right now, write into the XYZ. Nobody fucking writes
Take
in.
your hand off.
your hands off your dick.
genitals. Yeah. Send us a message.
I'm gonna finish Harry's sentences today.
Yeah, let's go. I'll set it up.
It's gonna be very disturbing.
Yeah.
Time management. Okay, first off, I was late for the podcast as usual.
But a Swiss connection. Where do you think the Swiss obsession with time management began, Christian?
I got a theory.
I
Yeah.
think it's religion.
Why?
Everything is religion nowadays. No, but this whole I'm lacking the word for it. You know that attitude of I have to work hard and all that sort of bullshit. That's Puritarian, is it?
Is that the
Wow, Harry's
just
playing with
turned on the
lights. This makes
No.
for a great conversation, Harry.
Yeah. Actually, thank you. Back to the
It makes a
podcast.
massive difference. We should have done this from the start. It's just, I know it's just
Are you familiar with the term work ethic?
work. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Protestant
it must be very
puritanical
difficult.
work.
It must be very difficult for you as a Brit. But
Made in Britain.
Don't bring
Made in
out this. The British work ethic that was about conquering the world was
Yeah, that's true.
insane. And
Industrious.
yeah, I mean, there's an asterisk
industrious
episode of
slavery.
plus the whole thing of everyone stops for tea at 5 and stuff like this. So, yeah. Anyway,
No, but I think it is. It comes from that. It comes from that idea of you have to work, otherwise your life is pointless.
Industrial timing.
Yeah, and, well, that came at one point as well. It's like when they had the whistle.
Yeah,
for
now the clock towers, right?
yeah,
oh, the 0815. Yeah.
yeah. Where
So it's like
everyone had to.
How does it
start
work
working.
exactly?
The what?
The timing. So like the Ford factory days where they established capitalism working hours.
Well, they started the shift system.
Yeah.
So they just switched shifts out when the whistle went.
Here in Switzerland, right?
Yeah, in the industrial towns like Winterthur, where they made actually stuff. So like
It didn't
railways and shit.
Yeah.
Where they made stuff, you had to keep those fuckers under control, and the best thing to do is that you whistle at them like a cunt.
Like a fucking dog. Get back to work.
But the thing is, I think there are other nations that have. So it's a mix. With our theory is it's the industrial plus the religion makes it.
I think so. It's a guilt. It all goes down to guilt in a way. It's like you have to be on time, and fucking military training. Because when you go to the army, what's really beaten into your fucking head is on time means 3 minutes before.
But there are other nations that have this. Like why are the Swiss particularly?
I don't even think we're that good at it. I think the Japanese are better.
The Japanese are good. Sorry, I said
Did they come on time as well?
A little bit sexual.
In the context of tight, so they're very every time they came on time for you. Is that?
Mm-hmm.
This is my theory on
2 minutes 30 seconds.
Yeah, this is
Bam.
That's 30 seconds is me. 2 minutes is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hey, we should talk about Japan sometime.
Yeah, we should.
Sometime. Okay, here's my theory on why Swiss people are the masters of time. It's because they've decided to control it. Like they do everything in Switzerland. It's an admin control issue. I'll tell you why. Because the clocks at the train station.
Yeah.
Do you know the whole legend behind the SPB clock?
I know it's a great design.
Montaigne, the brand.
I know.
Fuck.
I've met designers that go, oh, the clock.
Yeah. So that
Mobile
clock,
time, yeah.
if you look, when it goes around the hour, it stops 2 seconds before 12. The actual second hand stops.
Okay.
2 seconds before 12. So they've just decided to control time. You know what I mean? We have a train schedule, but we decide when the fucking second hand on the clock stops.
Do you know why?
Because it's some control issue that they have.
It's well, yeah, it's
and also daylight savings.
Yep.
They control an hour back for some reason.
But the clock is controlled by an impulse.
Like a quartz crystal, right?
Yeah, but it's centrally controlled by.
Of course it is.
It's totally centralized.
Centralized control.
It's centrally controlled by a radio impulse that's sent all around Switzerland, and every minute it resyncs. And when that's my understanding. I might be wrong about this. And then what you're saying, like the dial or the hand that shows the seconds is actually going slightly too fast, and it stops
to sync
for
up.
2 seconds at the full minute, which is the signal for the train drivers that it is the full minute and they can drive now.
Shit, I've learned stuff today.
Yeah, me too. That's
Jesus Christ.
But also,
It's fucked up.
centralized control.
But you know what's fucked up
Just
about
the
it is
word
that I've been at the station watching that clock and just thought, that's kind of broken, isn't it?
See, that's the British work mentality.
Well, have you ever seen? This is the fantastic thing. Paddington Station, one of the most iconic train stations in the UK, has a massive clock in the middle of the hall. Doesn't work. It hasn't worked for years. Exactly. Hasn't worked for years.
Shit. That is
funny.
a genius observation, actually.
That's hilarious.
Fucking hell.
That's funny, dude.
And that's actually why I left England, because
Because of Paddington Station.
No, there's so many things. There's so many
Missing the
things in
train.
England where that are broken, and everyone goes, "Oh, that's broken," and then they do
just move on
and
with your
then
life.
nobody does shit. And as a half German, it was driving me insane. I always say it's like it's a nation that invented the world's first circular traffic jam, because you got the M25.
Oh, they invented that?
And it's the most fucked up road ever. It's a circular traffic jam. It's just traffic blocked all the way round, and nobody does shit. They're just like,
Oh, I guess it's life is tragic.
life is a stream of.
It's also that attitude of rocking up at work and you're late. In Switzerland, when the train is like 5 minutes late, people go to the SVP counter and ask for the paper that proves that the train was late.
Seriously.
Yeah, yeah. They bring that shit to work. He was like, "Yeah, train was late. There you go." Have you ever seen that in England? If the train is an hour late, people will go like, "Yeah, no, that's normal."
Yeah. Oh well.
That would actually be fun to do in London, is to go to the
Prove that
controller.
the train was late.
No, ask them
Lady.
for proof that the train
There'll
was
be a
late.
black immigrant
And
lady.
then- exactly.
Second generation.
You'll be like, you what?
You what, darling? You
I
what? A
need proof that the train was late. What?
Sorry, mate.
me.
You took Great Western. Obviously, was late. It's
taking-
it's part of the package.
You're taking the piss in chill.
Yeah,
That's fine.
but
Yeah.
do you think we are? I see something similar in Germany though, like
Of
the punctuality thing.
obsessiveness. Yeah.
Yeah, not everywhere.
Yeah, but
Not
actually
everywhere.
that's true. It's a Germanic blood thing. Yeah, actually, I think the Swiss. What is it? I think in Germany you've got 5 minutes of flexibility for a meeting. Swiss, you can get away with up to 10. I think. Like Germans get annoyed after 5 minutes if you're late, and Swiss after 10.
No,
Try to.
It's 30 seconds at the tram station.
No, but you have to apologize, and if you got to send a message up front, oh, I'm running late, and like we do for this podcast every time,
with our British politeness.
because without us arriving on time for this podcast, the whole concept would just melt down.
Imagine one day when we maybe make money with this
It's
podcast, and we have a producer.
Who can
Someone who
control the
knows how to-
camera?
Who knows how to do it.
There he is. There's our producer.
Look how yellow my teeth are in this lighting.
It
Please
must
check
be-
out our YouTube channel.
It must be weird if you're watching this of why are we all kind of looking into space, but so we can see ourselves as a camera over there.
the
we're-
narcissistic side.
We're breaking the fourth wall of I think we need a
podcasting.
wine.
Hey, Christian.
There's Christian, yeah.
Yeah, go check out our YouTube channel.
Let's go
I'm trying
wine.
to keep some kind of reference content.
So yeah,
Time, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. London travel.
Time, I guess.
Travel in London. So you want to hear a little story? The one time back when I was like 22, 23, I'd fucked up my foot. I used to do kickboxing back then, and I could barely walk. And then we had this holiday planned in Amsterdam, and it's like we're like, okay, we've left
Just
enough
the
time.
lads.
Me and a buddy, we'll take a taxi down to Heathrow instead of doing the whole shit.
Are you treating
and
yourself?
we're well
Oh,
ahead,
you're a fucking idiot.
well ahead of time. Huge fucking mistake.
You're a fucking idiot.
We got this taxi. It's this guy of Jamaican roots, and he's got a little bit of the like Rasta in his accent.
African time.
And
Is
he
that what you're trying to
instead
say?
of taking the fucking motorway there that basically
back
always
road.
he's like, oh, I'll take a shortcut through Southall and all these parts of London where
Yeah,
it's
man.
always fucked.
Fuck.
And then like
Postman Pat area.
and he like, and we left good
Just was
time.
Flooring it through Whitehall.
He burnt all the time. We're getting super stressed at the back.
Are you saying
and then-
anything?
And then he just, at one point, he just said, yeah, sorry, man. The lights are against me. It was like, no, you made a really fucking stupid choice to come the worst possible way.
No, actually, you cannot blame this on him. You made a fucking stupid decision
Yeah, the
to
reason-
take a
cab.
cab
No,
instead
but-
of a fucking train.
But the reason I couldn't take the train because I could barely walk. That was the reason. That's why we took a
fair
cab.
enough.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, fair
The
enough.
lights
justification.
were against me.
But the way he said it stuck in my head. The lights are against me.
That's beautiful.
He did not give a fuck.
That is fucking beautiful.
That is bit
London
vibes.
is great for that show. It's something actually, now I think about it, I miss here.
Well,
It's
cultural
life.
diversity.
just random encounters with people with all kinds of different cultures, personality.
Dude, me too.
But there's a connectedness. Everyone's got this, like, we're all in it together. It's kind
Yeah.
of a shared suffering.
Here's a closeness of our depression when we say that. This country lacks personality.
We should not have given Dean the buttons. He can't resist now.
Cam too.
But for me, the thing is,
This is great for conversational rhythm, by the way.
how do you
It is. That's it.
How
That's
do
it.
you rate? How do you rate your time management skills? Would you say?
Wait. Sorry, dude. Back to.
Like, what's your approach to managing time? And do you give a fuck? Is time meaningless?
I
And
appreciate your question, Harry. Can I just go back real quickly?
Yeah, go.
Because I'm trying to fuck with your time management now.
Okay.
Sticking to concept here.
All right.
You'll like that meta version. Inspired by Teddy Hall. There's a tram driver.
Okay.
Tram drivers. Opinion quick on tram drivers?
They're people, I guess.
They're two-dimensional people.
That's better. What else?
They love to slam on the brakes stupidly. Like they can't manage the momentum of a tram mostly.
Yeah.
You know why? They lack empathy. I believe there's two types of people in the world. There's tram drivers, and then there's people with empathy. There's policemen, and then people with empathy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What
People who work with the
There's
system.
CEOs and people
There's
with empathy.
CEOs and people with empathy. The other day, because this is what irks me, and this is part of the whole privilege of Switzerland, like waiting for a train. I've never had a train in my life. I should never be angry.
Okay, Dean, can I just say one thing? I'm predicting this story ends in, yeah, obviously this would have happened to you, Dean, if you did it that way. But can you tell the story? I don't know what the
I'd
story
like to
is.
see how you wrap that up.
Okay, go.
Okay, so tram drivers here, they lack empathy. They're generalized. I'm generalizing now, but they're assholes. There's two types. There's actually really nice ones and really horrible ones. They don't wait for old people. Have you noticed?
Really?
So tram drivers, they have a very strict time schedule. If you're late for the door to close, even if they sit there for 20 minutes waiting for a red light, they won't open the door for you to come in. And if there's an old person crossing the road and it's time for them to go, they will just go. They will just set their little wheel to the exact speed and start going, and then just ring a bell at whoever's in the tram. And it just happens to be a 90-year-old old man going, oh, like trying to cross the road as fast as possible. And I'm like, you're going to hit this man, right? And then the same thing happened to me. I'm an old man crossing the road. There's a tram driver with blue glasses, those cheap 1 franc Ray-Ban blue ones.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm judging him by that, and I'm crossing now, and I know he's stopped, and I know that I have time to cross. And usually they give me a hand signal saying cross, which he didn't. So I'm crossing, and as I'm crossing, he sets his speed down, starts moving, and I know if I don't speed up, I'm getting hit. All right, and now I'm in an angry state, so I stare at him. I was like, "Fuck you! I'm African. I'll play chicken with the tram." You know, he just does this face like if you go shh.
Yeah.
Christian, you have to,
Shushing.
if you go shush, that's shape of your mouth.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could see. So he went shh and pointed at me and told me to fuck off, basically.
Amazing.
So what Swiss word is that probably? Schisa.
She's hopf.
Yeah.
Shithead.
That's what he called me as I was trying to escape
That's
his...
great. He had some anger issues. So he was...
And
Okay.
now,
I was wrong.
yeah, thank you. Okay, sorry, that was my rant. This carry on
that's
with
great.
time management.
I
now that
don't
I'm
think that has anything to do with time management. That's just a root cunt.
Mm.
No.
On the rush
But I think,
for time.
it is a bizarre job to have a wheel for going forwards.
That system always baffled me. Do you know that Zurich is the only, as far as I know, Zurich is the only place in Switzerland that has that?
We killed Dean.
They can't even turn a corner.
Yeah, it's the most trollish design. So for those not in Switzerland, the trams here have a wheel.
Yeah.
And you turn it one way to go forwards. And you
Turn
turn it
right to go forward and you turn left to stop.
to slow down again.
Yeah.
Can they actually go backwards? I don't think I've ever seen a tram go backwards.
No, it wastes time.
Why would you go backward? That's
know,
not how
you gotta,
time
like-
works.
You just crashed into an old lady. Yeah.
I just had a weird... Harry's got COVID. You okay?
But it's great now. It's the old the Marlboro man.
Marlboro cowboy boy.
No, but it is. Can you imagine how fucking annoying? But and to be a tram driver where you've got one-dimensional control
One job.
over anything.
Open the door and go forward.
Yeah, and you're subject.
Sometimes you
Slam
set a
brakes.
blinker.
You're subject to the whim of everything happening around you, and probably some dude in Oerlikon who controls the tram network.
With a radio signal.
Yeah. It's basically the Zurich version of Skynet.
Dude. Okay, let's go meta real quick. God version. You're looking at Zurich from space, and the clocks are stopping 2 seconds before, and so are the trams at the same time.
Yeah.
There's like a speed up of lights, and this is how you measure life with time. What?
That's a bizarre. Yeah.
So I watched the Wes Anderson film yesterday.
You have God watching that scene, and then he just looks over to Paradeplatz, and he sees a bunch of guys around a big meeting room table in black suits and a bunch of mirrors on the table with white powder.
And he's like,
originating from Colombia.
Then he says, "Hell is really on Earth."
I think it was all good, except it wasn't God. It's Bill Gates flying a drone.
There we go.
Over the city.
And then above him, Jeff Bezos in a big flying dick.
I need to be above Bill's drone.
Did you see that thing when Jeff Bezos walked out of the rocket and said, "Thank you
Yes.
to all the Amazon employees that paid for this"? Did you see this?
Dude,
This was the most evil shit that I have seen. Like, okay,
What?
wait, let me put this in context. So we have
this makes me angry.
Blofeld from James Bond, right? Is the evil cunt with one eye, and the real weird obsession with cats. But Jeff Bezos is so much more evil, and like it makes me think I want to hang with Blofeld. Like I would like to
You'd
have a
rather
glass of
choose
wine. You know,
Blofeld.
yeah, I would Blofeld.
Jeff.
Aye, well done. Bezos gets out of this fucking rocket. A microphone is put in his face whilst he's opening a bottle of champagne, and then he basically goes like, "Thanks to all the Amazon employees, you paid for this." It's like,
Do you know-
what?
Do you know what the scandal was at exactly the time that he was saying it?
with your blood.
With your blood.
No,
Yeah.
with your urine. The article that was released at the exact same time he was saying this is that some Amazon employees could not go to the bathroom for fear of losing
yes.
out on hourly
Yeah.
wage or something.
Because they have this strict scheme of where they have to walk to. Time management.
They need Bezos' spacesuit. So they can sit in the
Podcast
spacesuit.
over.
I have a feeling that Jeff Bezos can actually not defecate.
Because he couldn't get to the dark side of the moon.
I think Jeff Bezos lives in a constant state of constantipation.
But here's
Explains his face.
you know how
He's full of shit.
you know how Hollywood has like sort of a relationship with the military and companies and
Sorta?
stuff. Yeah, whatever. It's like some would say it's conspiracy, some not.
Oh, propaganda.
Today I saw the trailer for Lightyear. And I'm like, you motherfuckers! They're taking
Buzz Lightyear.
They're making a movie called Lightyear, and it's Buzz Lightyear. Wow! It's fucking selling the idea of going to space is cool.
Glorification
It's
of
glorification of it's so cool
the
to go to
Space
space
Force.
using Buzz Lightyear, who's
Yeah,
like
but
this.
that's better because they used they used what Woodpecker and whatever fucking cartoons were back in the day. Woody Woodpecker. Do you remember those?
the Donald Duck
Donald Duck goes to
Nazi
the
propaganda.
yeah.
I would rather see a movie where Buzz Lightyear is just floating in the sea in a pile of junk, reminding us that we need to fix shit
Of the Pacific
instead of flying
patch.
rockets into space.
Are you Banksy?
Ooh.
Think
Wow.
about that as a picture. Donald Duck
Let's
floating.
not start.
You know what just
a
happened?
plastic. That's a
Yeah.
Banksy piece right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not actually, but it's
could
got to
be.
be the next one.
What you just spotted, Dean, is a glimmer of creativity out of Harry.
I latched onto it as quick as possible. Yeah.
Dude.
Although he is an old, middle-aged, white British man
Do you mean that there is some creativity?
who's completely unknown. That's why he could be Banksy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Why do I do this to myself? Can I get a close up?
There you go.
Harry, listen. If you're watching this, which I know you will be later, ask yourself, why do you do this podcast? Okay, that was just me having.
Harry listens to.
I can go back to white now.
I find that confusing still.
Me too.
I come here for abuse every week.
You come here on time.
I have done
For
the
abuse
most
every week.
profound act of creation. They're two people with legs and arms.
No. You
Hopes and
orgasmed.
No, you
You
came.
orgasmed.
I
You
hope
just
and dream.
you did a cum
And
in a
then-
twat.
And he was
And
the only
then-
one who did come that time.
And then I followed that up with 18 years of fucking being a
criticism.
dad.
Paying for it.
Yeah.
and
This
making
was
them
the most
suffer.
Watching my salary not being able to be
It's the-
used
the
by
most
me.
wasting yours and their time.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat that one.
So
Nice.
manage that.
But here's the thing, right? So here's the thing. There's for me actually apropos kids. Like I used to be one of these dudes. It's like, I don't want to watch. I don't want to think about time. I don't want to manage calendars. I don't like. I just want to live.
British.
Yeah. Then you have kids and you live in Switzerland and you realize, fuck, the only way that life is possible is with excellent time
Here is
management
something that you
skills.
probably didn't know before you moved here. Did you know that Wednesday afternoons are off? This is something that...
Oh, yeah, for kids, sure.
It's baffling. It's like the only country where that is a thing. Wednesday afternoon,
actually-
like
It's true.
I
actually.
think nationwide.
Wait, for what?
They
Kid, what do you mean
kind of
kids?
do it in Germany, but I think it's a different day. Like they have but it's not as consistent.
It's
Explain.
crazy. Oh, yeah, throughout the whole school system, Wednesday afternoon is off.
Why?
I don't know. What I was told from a bunch of my classmates who were all Italian, this is when they have to go to Italian classes.
Or extra math classes.
Yeah.
Fucking
We were-
idiots.
And we
it's-
were just hanging around playing basketball. Or
It's
some shit.
usually like sports and like music lessons paid for by
Yeah.
parents afternoon, basically.
Yeah.
I don't work Wednesdays, so this is why my company doesn't have a problem with it.
Wait, what? What does that mean? I don't work Wednesdays.
In this country, and I feel incredibly privileged to say this, but you can work percentage wise.
Yeah.
So you can manage your own time and your own work week percentage based.
Yeah.
So 80% means, and
You
this
have a
is
day
not
off.
a normal thing in South Africa either. You either 100% or on the street sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
I hear you.
I work 80%, which means I get a day off every week.
That's awesome.
Of my choice, it's a Wednesday.
That's nice. Yeah, I would put that percentage whenever your boss wants to have a meeting with you. So
Sorry,
Like,
it's my time off.
it's my 1 hour of percent time.
Yeah.
Which
Talk
just-
about improving your mental health with that day off. You should try it, Harry.
fucking right. I did.
Actually, I'm thinking about this.
It
heaps
does.
lately.
It does. I did it for a while. 80%. It's nice.
Yeah.
But-
It's not work-life balance. It's life-work balance. There we go. Message
Yeah,
of
you
the
get
day.
Boom.
the 3-day weekend.
Manage your work time
And-
and your lifetime.
And when I was doing it, like for the first month, I actually
Whoa.
I would use Fridays to do like sensible, productive things, and
Such as?
just like I know,
Cleaning
like
his
organizing life, planning things, having hopes and dreams, whatever.
Wanking.
Doing
wanking.
Doing a course, yeah,
Wanking.
and then it descended into just
Oh, getting
alcohol
drunk.
and
yeah, because
masturbation.
you suddenly have this long weekend and you go like, it's 10 a.m., but I can have a dram.
Exactly.
yeah.
You can be like, yeah, exactly. I can just
Yeah.
start today a bit later.
Then you can recover from your hangover Saturday and still have a nice Sunday.
Yeah, for anxiety and depression.
Yeah, grog
I
horrors.
don't drink anymore. You guys should not drink anymore. It's the most amazing thing.
Has it really done something for you?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's the antidepressants or not drinking.
Certainly,
It's probably a combination of the two, to be honest.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, I get it, but then again, it's like the flip side is
How happy are you without drinking?
I'm happy short term, but then I become a boring, miserable person whose life is just a
That's not true. Sober life is great.
consistent repetition of going. I feel so wholesome, like Dean right now.
Have you
I've
ever felt
embraced-
wholesome?
Look,
though?
his skin has got.
For the first time in
His skin glows.
months.
Look, there's a cheeky look in his eyes. He's relaxed. He's
What happened to you? Were you able to fuck?
Huh?
What?
no. He's looking after himself. That's
Yeah.
respect to that.
So, Harry, do you think that your time management skills have actually improved? No, that's the wrong way of putting it. Do you think you have now become less of a time manager since your kids no longer depend on you that much anymore?
It's no, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I've got less
So it's stuck.
annoying shit in my calendar because you don't have like Like, oh, come to the school
parent-teacher
on
meeting.
Thursday at 8 p.m. to listen to your kids play recorder. Like all of that shit's gone.
Do they do that here in this country?
Okay, can we just quickly discuss this? Why have recorders been invented? Is it purely to drive parents crazy? Or not just parents, also kids. My little brother did the best thing ever. When he got that thing, he just broke it into two.
Did he turn it into a bong pipe or something?
It was just like, nah, fuck that shit. It sucks. And bam, broke it apart. It's like, never went to that class ever
I
again.
love that guy.
Nice. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you might be right.
Torture device.
Maybe it was some great musician who was frustrated with people's ignorance.
They should have had that in Abu Ghraib. Maybe they had some results.
Shame. There's a kid out there with...
Dude.
Oh, dude, no. I just processed that.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We haven't talked about Abu Ghraib yet, really, have we? We never did this.
Yeah, real quick, though. There's a kid out there with serious trauma with a recorder pipe stuck up his ass from an angry parent. And his name is
That's called rape.
Harry's son.
It's so cute when he farts. So. Yeah. And like, can you practice? I want to get a tune out of you.
Harry's made me laugh twice today. Can you believe it?
You give him a lot of tacos to eat and a lot of beans.
I need you to play Beethoven tonight.
we have guests over. Come on. Oh man.
Funniest episode ever.
Yeah. I don't know what anything. But the thing is, I think the big one is actually having a sense of how long things take. Like often dealing with the younger folk in businesses is that most of them have no concept that, for example, if they're like, we got to do this, how much effort there is to get everyone moving in the same direction. It's like,
but you've got a bit about this. You hate groups of people.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Yeah, like organizing a group of people to go anywhere at any moment.
So right now, okay, we'll just blur the details about it. I'm organizing a big event.
This
okay?
is trauma for you.
And because I know how to time it, this takes fucking ages and you have to tell people again and again. Last year, right, some dude rocks up on the day before the conference. He's due to talk and he's like, I thought I'm due to talk, but I didn't hear anything. And I was so triggered by this. I went through and screenshotted all the emails I'd sent him, screenshot of the calendar invite, various messages on Slack, and just said, well, it might have been in this or this or this or this. I wasn't like aggressive.
Oh, nice, dude.
And then he just goes,
that's called passive aggressive.
yeah, it was passive
very Swiss of
aggression.
you.
And then he's like, oh, my dad always said I never read anything.
How old is the person?
He's in his late 20s, early 30s.
And now he's
Fuck
an
me,
Uber
Dad.
driver in London.
But it's also software.
Yeah, black cap.
But the thing is, I see on both sides because as software developers, for example, are desperately trying to keep focus on something, and if they stop for every message and distraction, they get nothing done. They become like
I literally started boxing my time that way. That I have 2 spots in the day when I look at emails.
Yeah.
That's the most Swiss thing you've ever said.
No, but here's the reason why. Because there's fucktards that think email is like a live chat.
Oh.
People that send you an email and 5 minutes later is sent at your desk, and this is why COVID is great, so that shit doesn't happen.
Yes.
Send at your desk, like, have you read my email? This is, first of all, that's a dumb question. And second of all, if I had, and now I won't, I might have responded or just binned it. Like, what is this? It's so dumb.
As a designer, I can relate. People send 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. Friday.
Yeah,
Oh, we need this by Monday. Or have you seen my reference to this
fucking
email?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
This is also a brilliant move. Is you discuss something at 5 p.m. of what's supposed to happen the next day, and then someone books a catch-up meeting at 9 a.m. It's like, nothing has happened since then. Like,
but actually, that's one thing I would say from like working with software engineering teams is that if you make an effort, there's no need for someone to say on Friday at 5. But when you work with the old school marketing people, or people that work in agencies, they get so much on this like pump cycle of adrenaline for a deadline that everybody just is exhausted. And if you just took a break and actually planned shit up front, there's no need for any of the surprises.
Okay, let's apply this to something that's actually interesting. Do you write under pressure?
Do I write under pressure?
A comedy. Do you write, like, do you have time out in the day where you go and like, no, I just write for half an hour and whatever?
Well,
or are you like, I have a gig, I have an open mic in an hour, I need to crank out a couple of jokes because I have nothing.
No, I don't write under pressure. I don't write, but I will structure a set and put some like, okay, I'm going to do that, and then time it. So, but I don't create jokes like under that stress. It's just the wrong way. It's like, for me, joke writing time is early in the morning. I'm trying to do the Seinfeld thing of 20 minutes a day.
What's the deal with Harry and methods of writing jokes?
But best time for me is Sunday morning when
everyone's asleep.
When everyone's asleep, and I'm an early riser these days.
Are you? Or
because it's a massive hangover woke me up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday.
Fine, yeah.
And but then just like empty-headedness is the best for joke writing for me.
Interesting.
Just empty, clear.
Empty ball sack, empty head.
Yeah, post-wank. That first joke
Prior
after
to the Harry's life.
after you've cleaned up that last tear of cum of your dickhead, you just start writing your jokes.
There's no, you don't go from I hate myself to, oh, there's an interesting joke.
This is where all your jokes come from.
Here's something funny that I've seen.
Have you ever looked into a puddle of cum and thought, the weird thing about a pile of cum is,
what's the deal with a pile of cum? When it dries, you could just peel it off.
Wait, isn't it a funny thing? At what age did you discover that cold water works better than warm when it comes to washing that shit off?
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
You didn't?
What? No, we have a washing machine. Sorry, dude.
Harry just blew my fucking mind.
I've never seen that.
You fucking
what
don't know.
are you talking about? Did you always jizz in your shirts? What the fuck happened?
No,
In your hand?
if you got it like, I don't know, like on your arm or on your leg or
my God.
on your stomach, like you don't go in. Like you got a pool of jizz on your chest.
How do you wank? What kind of fucking?
I can't help it. It just goes like. And it's all stuck there. Have you not discovered that you don't jump in a warm shower because that stuff congeals? You got to wash it off with cold water. Did you not? Seriously, are you fucking with me that you don't know this shit?
I've never. What? What are you on about? Really? How old were you when you figured that one out?
I figured that out pretty like early 20s.
Trial and error.
Have you not? Are you guys fucking with me? You don't know. Like, if you got
First of all, we're very clean jizzers.
Yeah, I would
think.
say so. Like, I'm good with my catching hand.
Yeah.
It's like
We
I have
have
a bit of a history with baseball. Like,
We've got very specific destinations that consider easy cleanup.
yeah.
Tissues, hand catching.
Do you know why?
sock.
Yeah, but do you know why the sock is so
lean
famous?
back and just let it just blast on your stomach.
You know
That's
what
pure
that is?
narcissism.
This
No,
reminds
it's
me
lying-
of Roman
fuck that.
times.
It's lying on your back enjoying jerking one out. And then you go, oh, fuck it. It's on my belly now.
Wait, okay, let's dismantle this. Harry, when you're at the
mingled
beach,
with the hairs.
when you're at the beach, do you read a book whilst you are on your back lying down?
No,
Or do you sit?
I lean. I'm a sideways.
You're a
liar.
sideways reader.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you handle your iPad for the porn? Because I assume that you use an iPad because you're about 75 years
I'll
old.
say we've been through this before. No, I'm all about laptop porn.
Zoom
Oh,
feature.
okay, where the fuck is the laptop?
Because you can be
This
like,
is why the chairs are fucking sticky in this office.
Where is the laptop in that scenario when you come on your chest?
it like next to me or whatever. Like,
Next
lying
to
in
you,
a bed.
so
You
you watch
do like
porn
the-
sideways.
You
No,
do the head turn.
You just prop up your head. You take a look.
Oh, so you're also training core muscles.
You zoom in here and here.
You do that?
What the fuck are you people doing?
Jesus Christ.
We have a lot to discuss. I got a lot of questions.
Have you never got jizz on your stomach, like in your belly button?
Only on somebody else's.
Yeah.
You lie back.
I've never given them instructions on how to shower that shit off. Like,
I do the polite wipe it off for them.
Yeah, but women,
I used to do that.
Now you're like, I'm gonna enjoy watching you get that off. Try some hot water. Oh, it's still stuck. No, because hot water actually makes...
No, the congealing thing I know.
Yeah,
I had wax under the shower.
It actually makes it harder to get off.
Why?
I didn't know.
Because it becomes like egg yolk or something. It's really...
Yeah, it's like...
I know what I'm doing tonight.
What's like an egg Benedict called?
Yeah.
It's poached now.
Yeah, poached cow.
We have wasted everyone's time with this episode.
No, this is what they come to us for.
Or not.
This is what we come for them for.
Hard-boiled cum.
Hard-boiled cum.
It's fucking...
Bite-sized cum.
You ever cooked with cum?
Now you're becoming a fucking fiend.
This is weird.
What the actual hell?
What?
You never had a girl that was into like, we could do something funny with this.
What the fuck? Are you dating the Red Dragon?
All right.
If you look at the YouTube channel right now, you'll see the look on Christian's nice face there. Say that again really slow, please, Harry.
You never did any bakery?
Please go to YouTube.
You're quite a chef, Christian. Like, I always thought.
You are disgusting. The next thing you're telling me is that you made fucking... Listen, ice cream out of breast milk or something.
I'm not
this is
into
why the candles out of the vagina.
I'm not into any of the like. I don't fetishize any of this stuff. Nothing. It's just like sometimes you meet a lady who's got a bit of an interest, and you like support them in their thing.
Do you meet
Are you
those
talking about
people?
swallowing?
Yeah, it can be. Some are into on a piece of toast or a.
Legit?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend that was into this stuff. Like
Soggy biscuit.
Yeah, she's like, I always wanted to take part. I always wanted. She was like, I always wanted to take part, and I was a girl, I couldn't.
What's that called?
All right,
she's into custard, basically. That's
There's a song about this. She comes for breakfast and stays for your bangers, beans, and mash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what song is that?
It's actually a Russell Brand song for the movie. Get him to the Greek.
So I'm not trying to shame anyone's kink, but no, Harry, that never has happened to me.
I'm kind of envious now.
Okay, it's something to try before you die.
Congealing is a good cooking method to be aware
before
of.
you check out.
Yeah. Or you could also, if you're concerned about whether someone else is going to like it, just do it anyway, but don't tell them.
This is
like,
why we
drop.
No, see, this is how you get. This is how
just drop
you
some in
get
the milk
fucking
rice.
charged. This is how you get charged, Harry. That's exactly how.
That's a considered rape. Maybe not here in this country though.
Most likely.
It depends on a lot of variables. Let's not get into that.
I've eaten in some restaurants where I'm 100% sure that.
Who was the? Wasn't that the case with some dude at McDonald's or no KFC?
That's a rumor.
Someone had been jacking in the
into the mayo.
There was the whole wave of jokes about it's the Colonel's special sauce.
Oh, that's sexy. The viral videos that's gone around and surfaced around the stuff that's been in junk food.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is not? Someone give Christian a call. Yeah, the viral videos around shit that's been in fast food. The KFC rat, the fried rat.
Oh yeah,
Remember that one?
Yeah. But wasn't that just a meme? Was that really a thing?
It might have been, but there was a one video that I love that Harry will love is that two workers in I think a Burger King or McDonald's started having sex in the kitchen after hours, like two employees, and then the guy took the lady and lifted her onto the stove that was on.
That is
fuck me.
While he was trying to fuck her and she burnt a patty into her ass. And I hope that the stove has a McDonald's logo.
That's one thing, and
Wait,
if there wasn't oil, it left when she.
That shit made me jolt.
Oh,
It's
not-
like it's
not
like
good.
the kid situation when everything is frozen and you lick the fucking steel.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The ice logo.
I'm not. I don't like things where people get hurt, or injured, or
Unless
stuff.
it's got consent.
Even that, not really.
Not really.
I thought
I mean-
just you.
No, I'm not. I'm not into the whole pain business.
So are we done? Are we done with the time thing? Do you want to talk about something else?
You're trying to change the perception of time.
All right, let's throw in some. Let's throw in. Did you see the whole Rogan versus CNN thing? I know you love Joe Rogan. This is a good
No.
one.
I don't love him.
I'm being
CNN
sarcastic.
did lie though.
CNN have been caught saying he's got a horse paste, and he got Sanjay Gupta, the chief medical dude at CNN, on his podcast,
No way.
Uh-huh.
and just called him out big time. He's just like,
It was a good one.
and it's like, yeah, but I know it. And Sanjay's going like, I know that's not a nice thing to say. It's like your network was lying. And the guy basically admitted, yeah, we shouldn't have done that. And that was
Admit.
like, and it was fucking,
Never
and
admit.
much as people may say Joe Rogan's a douchebag, he fucking nailed CNN beautifully.
This is like Dave Chappelle in his special. It's like, his little emotional instability about calling out trans people. It's like, so what? Joe Rogan called out a media news outlet that lies. Big fucking whoop.
Well, but the thing is,
You didn't follow me
I
on that
think the
at
thing
all.
is, if you watch that bit, if you're in the bubble of Joe Rogan is an evil right wing twat, which maybe some of us here are, and he's more centrist type of dude. But anyway,
It's more testosterone fueled.
he's someone that a lot of the internet loves to hate and say, and then you're not even allowed to ever watch Joe Rogan because that means you're succumbing to
Like Jordan
weakness.
Peterson.
But if you actually watch what he did in this interview and how
It's
he handled
great,
that,
yeah.
it was he's a fantastic interviewer. He's got massive skills.
Give that to him for sure.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
What?
I thought that's
What did
Dave
you get?
Chappelle. Is the goat.
This is what you call assholes these days.
What does goat sound? It stands for
Greatest of all time. It's okay.
Why are you looking at me like this, Dean?
Check out our YouTube channel. You can see our facial reactions for the
You
first
can,
time.
you can see the goat there.
Although for some reason the fucking focus on this.
I don't
fucking
want to
4K.
talk about Joe Rogan. I honestly don't. Like I get it. The reason why this is also fucking convoluted because this is what media has become. It's calling each other out and not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's fucking garbage. It's like,
It's all clout, which is exactly what we do on this podcast.
yeah, it's fuck me. But this is such a weird thing of like, you're looking for content and you're looking under your fingernails and you find a little bit of the black stuff and then you just talk about this for hours.
We're being very self-reflective here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pot calling the kettle black, my friend.
It's 100% true. I have one more thing about time. My grandma took all the time that she needed.
Oh yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to. Unfortunately, would you like to kick this off or should I?
No, you go.
Unfortunately, we lost someone in the last week, a member of Christian's family, and we'd like you to join us in 1 minute of silence, starting now.
You could do an edit point, you realize.
No. It's actual silence, team.
Oh,
Just
legit?
1 minute.
Are you being serious here?
1 minute, watch.
Yeah, that's about enough time that we have for it. And look, I
Can
mean,
we edit this with what you said about your grandmother on this podcast in the previous episode?
all right, I need to correct this. I love my grandmother. She was a beautiful human being, and she had a really shit 10 years recently, which were mostly like she completely lost the plot around 2011. She was on morphine. Yeah, it's a great year, that one. She was on morphine for like half of this
she's
year.
got nothing to complain about.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I think she. It's very hard to tell, when someone is not able to talk anymore. And how do they communicate? Do they communicate? Are you interpreting something? Yeah. Are you interpreting something as communication that isn't really that? Long story short, she was able to, as my mom put it, to go home.
Nice.
That is a turn of phrase that's being used widely in the Christian world.
It's
I
also
guess.
being used by the SVP, but
Heimat. She got Heimat.
Yeah, but that's more for like kicking people out of the country. It's like, just fuck off.
Your grand got deported.
Yeah, my grand got deported to heaven, which is obviously run by a white dude.
Rest in peace, dude. For real.
Yeah, grandma was awesome. It was really, really sad to see her deteriorate, and this made me think a little bit about time, because you can be healthy until you check out or whatever, but very few people actually are. So we have this life expectancy of 85 now, as men or whatever. We get really fucking old, but this is, we are getting old, but we not necessarily can enjoy that. So the time that we actually have where we are lucid enough to enjoy it is much shorter.
That's 70 years.
Yeah, and then you just become a fucking vegetable or something like that. That's what I have seen with her, and it was fucking depressive to see. It was depressing rather, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Like, I'm very stern on that. I'd rather check out early than having to go through that.
Here's the thing, dude. Maybe
that was a bit deep. I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry.
I get it, dude. Like, maybe her perspective is just not as painful as you project onto someone. Maybe kind of, because my granddad's got dementia at the moment too, and he goes through these ups and downs of like incredibly happy and incredibly frustrated, but at the most time, I don't think he's remembering any of it. So it's kind of like a peaceful existence in a way.
Yeah.
I just thought that would make things sound better, but it didn't.
No, I know what you're saying. There was this movie just recently with Anthony Hopkins where I think he's about to win the Oscar for it or whatever, where he's playing a guy that has dementia, and the movie is filmed in his perspective.
Is it called Demented?
No. It's called like something like The Old Man or something.
Sounds great.
Sorry,
it's filmed out of his perspective, and the actors portraying his children constantly change.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
Because it's basically that experience that he literally doesn't know who that person is, but it is still the same person, and then the other person reappears, and it's just, what the fuck is happening? So it's this constant stress of realizing that you don't have it together anymore, but kind of not being in control of that state.
Yeah.
What's it called, Old Man?
No,
I want this movie to
be
be called Demented, because then they could make Demented 2.
You've already forgotten what the first one's about.
No. I like that.
Yeah, okay. Let's take it real quick. My granddad, my mom told me the story. She got to visit my grandparents, her parents' house, and then rang the doorbell, and my granddad said something along the lines of, my grand said, my mom's here. No name, sorry, mom. My mom's here. And then granddad said, who the hell's that? Or the monster lady or something.
Wow.
Completely forgetting his own.
The movie is called The Father.
The Father.
Yeah.
There was a Carlin bit about that where he's talking about what's great about getting old is pretending to be demented. to fuck with your children.
It's all just a scheme.
It's
To forget you in the will.
Dylan Moran has something in the same vein where he goes like, I'm looking forward to be old, and then just look at my son and say, I've just shit myself. You deal with it. It's such a great sentiment in there. It's just like, yeah, fuck it.
You need like the adult Viklatish. Whoops. This thing is
I think
freaking
the
out.
camera's lost its mind because we've done an hour.
Robot. It's robot camera time.
Robot camera. Hey,
Let's go.
I think we have some news, guys.
Yes.
Oh, we have some fantastic news. Let's do this
Let's do an ad for it. On the fly.
on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. On the 3rd of December.
On when?
The 3rd of December.
That's an interesting day. What's happening, Christian?
The 3rd of December, the XYZ Podcast live show will return to...
Hey, wait a minute. That's our podcast.
What is an XYZ live show, guys?
We don't know.
But it's happening.
Neither,
But we've done it
neither does
before.
anybody else, but we... Oh, it's going to the wrong person. Christian, it's zoomed in on you. Tell us.
It's
We have done it before, and it will be even wilder than last time.
So yeah, go ahead.
Comedy House, 3rd of December, 8 p.m. Friday night. It's going to be loose. It's going to be full of geese. I don't know. Like, it's shit.
loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey. It's going to be fun.
And bonus points if you organize your office Christmas bash to come to our live show. That will be a
Good point. We
unique...
do need to sell tickets. We're going to struggle this time.
Because
Ladies and gentlemen, guys, please.
we swung every favor we
Yeah.
could for the last one. They're like, I'm
Yeah,
never
we're not
friends
coming
and
back to this
family.
shit.
Yeah. We're doing a live show again. I'm fucking excited, guys.
Yeah, me
Please
too, me
save the
too.
3rd of December. I know people can't plan that far. Please. 3rd of December. XYZ live show.
I'm going to put this on the hot thing. There is going to be one rule that I will not be drinking on stage.
Until we're done.
And
proud of
probably
you.
not then.
Until we're off stage.
Because last time I did...
We
it
might
was-
actually hang out with you after the show.
Yeah, if you're nice. Harry, we won't run for the hills. Oh, man. This is a little... This is a little peek behind the curtain. Anyway, so it's gonna be a wild show. It's gonna be different than the first one. For those who came the first time, it will be a different type of show. We will have heaps of surprises because we still don't actually know what we are gonna do.
Yeah, I was like, this is what? This is a surprise to me.
We're going to have special guests.
Yes.
Are we?
Are we?
Maybe the audience will be part of that special guest.
Nah, man, it's gonna be loose. It's gonna be so much fun. So please come. Tickets are gonna be announced online very, very soon.
I have to do the artwork first.
Wait, let me think. This is coming out. Tickets are out, and you can buy them on Eventfrog.
Oh, nice.
What artwork?
Fantastic. What better way to
I'll
set...
explain how time works to you later on, Dean, when we're done with
Okay, let me
recording.
Let me try one thing. You know, the Dark Nights are coming. I always do a weather-related promotion. Dark Nights coming December. People are feeling bad. You got holiday stress, buying presents. You thinking about how you got to go and spend Christmas with your family that you hate. Come to the XYZ live show. It will carry you through to at least the 2nd of January.
Oh, thank you.
More than that, we
was
can't
good. That
promise.
was finally you did really good
That's
sales.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That,
You did,
well
that was
done.
good.
Thank you.
Well done. You made me laugh 3
Congratulations.
times today. And you
And
did a
0
good sales
times
pitch.
that sales pitch.
No,
0.
that was
Okay,
actually really good.
Okay,
That
cool.
was deep,
Thank you.
meaningful.
Deep, and that's what
Plugs?
she said.
Any plugs?
25th of November, we have another show at Comedy House with Comedy Swiss. We are going
Forget that show. Come 3rd of December to Comedy House. This is a conflict of interest right now.
There's no conflict at all. Come to both. Don't be a cock. You can come to both. The great man Peter Flanagan. He's back Thursday, 25th of November.
Peter Flanagan.
Peter Flanagan.
He's going to be talking about taters.
Will we be getting Peter Flanagan on this podcast?
Jesus Christ, I bet he sounds American. I don't know. 25th of November,
He's related to Trump, isn't he?
Is he?
Peter Flanagan, Scottish. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
Trump is German.
He's Scottish roots, dude.
Oh fuck.
And then we got 7th of November, right out, so you got time to get to this. In your face! Number 5, I think. I don't know. Are either of you
Number
two,
5, nice,
are
dude.
either of you two down for this?
Yeah.
When is it?
I don't. Did you put your name on the list?
I think I did. Yeah.
Okay.
7th of November.
It's yeah.
Next week.
It's right after this podcast is released. So this will be out, and then you'll be planning your life because you now have good time management skills. Planning Sunday evening at Darley's in Lochagood in your face
Nice,
comedy.
Time
Yeah.
management. That was a good wrap up. Thank you so much for
Dub,
everyone.
thank you
Thanks, guys.
Have a good week.
Bye.